Ohanaeze, ndị Igbo, Abuja, and the 19 northern states. They are the pillar of Ohanaeze and Igbo. And the role they have played in defending and protecting and preserving Igbo interest is highly commendable. So we thank you very much, members of the legislature, led by former Deputy Senate President Ikekwe Ramado and Senator Baribe and other groups. Among the ministers, Dr. Boneyono and Dr. Senator Chris Ngige, Eze, and of course, Uchaga, among the ministers. Eze Igbo one of Abuja, and the traditional leaders for their wonderful reception. Of course, the civil reception and dinner hosted by a wonderful friend, Chief Sam Obaji and Professor Chinwe Obaji, was incredibly well attended. We're all very grateful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will leave this press conference in your hands. You ask me any question you want, I will answer those I can. You are welcome. Yes. Presidency to Igbo land. Yes. It is extraordinarily welcome. Yes. Divergent opinion is a healthy opinion in politics. Politics is not a science of exactitude. It's not mathematics. Are you following? It is politics is, in fact, considerably and consistently a matter of choices. Necessity for what? Choices. So for the Igbos, having different opinion is not a crime. No section of Nigeria has one opinion on any leader. Please, if that exists, tell me, how many, do you have only one opinion in Northeast? Have one opinion in Northwest? Southwest? Even South-South? My friend, Igbos have different opinions, and the opinions converge in Igbo president. President from Southeast, 2023. That is the opinion. We have how many political parties? As many as there can be. We would appeal to them from the beginning for each one of those parties to nominate for a presidential candidate an Igbo man from the Southeast. That will do. That will be wonderful. As for who will be, it is found in the Bible. Many are called, few are what? Yes. Why are you bothering yourself? Don't preempt yourself, and don't preempt us. When the time comes, politics is a matter of selection too. Isn't that true? Just a leadership, isn't that true? We will sort ourselves out. So, just support us, including the press. I'm even soliciting the press to, from now, support President from Southeast of Nigeria, an Igbo man, and or Igbo woman. Are you following? Good. Believe me, any organization that is working for the interest, peace, security, and safety of Igbo is welcome. Abubago is formed by the government and governments of Southeast, the governors, the government. There is no comparison between them and any organization talking about security that is by any other organization that is above government. Is there? Every other organization comes under the control of the government. Isn't that true? Or don't you think so? Because this question is a very divisive question. And we are tired of people dividing us with English language. And dividing us. Whoever is, in fact, if Igbo man form an organization, please fight for equity, fairness, and justice for Igbos. You are welcome. So the issue here is, if there's any difference, it is about method. It must be harmonized. I, as a President General of Ohanaeze, I don't want any method that puts Igbos in harm's way, that is inimical to our own safety and security. You get my point. So all this trying to divide us. Every group in Nigeria is divided. In fact, more than divided than the Igbos. Unless you focus on us. Look around. Look around. Igbos are more united. In fact, Southeast is until recently, the most peaceful section of all of our Nigerian zones, all the zones. Now, all of a sudden, because, let me break Akio Suba. You may not understand the Akio Suba. You don't understand. But let me break this thing up here for you. All of a sudden, because the possibility, things like the idea of a president from Igbo land has come from probability to possibility. People want to turn Igbo land into a terrorist environment. We are not, Igbos are viewed as not nation breakers. We are not a violent people. So we must find out the root of the recent spread of violence and the kidnappings and all that things. So that is what I'm trying to say. People should not use such a thing as a character of Igbos. It's not in our character. Of all things you can accuse Igbos of, it is not getting money through laziness, like kidnapping. You kidnap your uncle, you get money. So I'm trying to advise both the press and ourselves, please don't give publicity to certain things that don't merit it, like comparing Ebubago and any other organization that is seeking working in Igbo land. Things have hierarchy. Unless you don't want to recognize the hierarchy. Isn't that true? The governors of the state are the chief security officers of the state. So, how do you come and compare them with the organization? Organizations are welcome if they are doing things in the interest of the people and the nation. Isn't that true? They're welcome. And the people are talking about, they are our children. They are our people. They must listen to us just as we listen to them. So that if there is any place of conflict, we harmonize them. That's what we are, as fathers. Isn't that true? As fathers. But you cannot make a unilateral decision for us. People don't do things like that. Unless you want anarchy. Do you want anarchy? No. So that is what I mean. Because the press is emphasizing a comparison. Why do you compare a part with a whole? The government is giving you a whole, and they are talking about part. That's such divisive thinking has an ulterior motive. And we will click and block those ulterior motives. It was before that people can come in and divide us. This time around, we will get the president of Nigeria from Igbo land. If others can do it, why can't we? There's a history. And there's evidence. The last presidential election, who were the candidates? Major candidates. All the major candidates, are they not from the same section of Nigeria? What are we talking about? In 99, is it not from the same zone? Isn't that true? So why are we trying to break our heads just because it's coming to our own? Give us our own choice. Will be made by us and your cooperation. But give us a chance. That's what the Igbos are asking. We deserve it. It's reasonable. Speaking with one word, one voice. That is not political now. One voice is dictatorial. One voice is unacceptable in a plural society, especially irrepressible pluralistic society like Nigeria. Certainly irrepressible individualists like Igbos. Now, my friend, what are Igbos bringing? In fact, they are bringing visible and conspicuous achievement, capacity to turn difficulties, to turn these national difficulties into dividends for Nigeria, obstacles into opportunities. Let me tell you the truth. Nations are saved by two kinds of events, either through leadership or through structure, none of which has worked in Nigeria. The Igbo man can change it. He's not a greedy man. He is also not a lazy man. Forget every perception you may have about the Igbos. The Igbos know how to share things and let others begin to take. And he's willing to take the last. Just as we are taking the last of all the zones in Nigeria for presidency. You will see a difference, my friend. The difference will be clear. The difference will be that the country will be stable because you are getting a government that will embrace justice, equity, and fairness. Charity to all and malice towards none. We are the federating people in Nigeria. Yes. If Nigerians live in the moon, the Igbo man is there. He is there. The truth of the matter is that you just don't want to use their talent. But it is your own loss. Look at it. I went to South Korea in the 80s. South Korea was developed within 10 years. One of the advisors, economic advisors that the World Bank sent there was Khaled Kakal. Go and ask. So, what are we talking about there? Speaking with one voice. My friend, we will not speak with one voice. We are not mumu. Igbos will speak with different voices, reasonable different voices, then articulated by a leadership that has a sense of direction and knows what matters. Indeed, with this question of one voice, look at where one voice has kept us. No voice anymore. Come on, my friend. Don't provoke me with your voice. For politics, all politics, tomorrow is eternity. Nobody will tell you that I've completed a plan to win election or completed a plan to get support. Things can change, but the truth of the matter is that Igbo have a convincing argument to present before the country. And for those who are willing and open-minded, they will understand how, indeed, compellingly reasonable it is for them to support Southeast to produce the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria the next time around. A sense of balance, a sense of belonging is extremely important in a federation. In fact, when people talk about justice or injustice, it's because it hasn't affected you. You think it will not come to you. In 2013, I had an interview. I said that the injustice method for Igbos will be going around. I also wrote why the Igbo youths are angry. Today, all youths in Nigeria are angry. They're angry. Because what affected one group, and it was like an isolated case, has become a plague. So what do you do? So the Igbos are getting ready, and they are fighting. Like every battle, you need a few good men to win. It takes a few to achieve victory for many. That is the truth. Politics is about interest. About interest. Even among relatives. If interests converge, common interests converge, then you have peace. Isn't that true? If it doesn't converge, you apply local diplomacy or even a trained one to negotiate a compromise, a level of cooperation that makes the system work. What is the problem of Nigeria? My friend referred us to a national conference. What was the national conference all about? To reconcile the lopsidedness. Why is it? In fact, some of you are young, but I don't know that you have been interested in reading history. For us of our age, and I know I have witnessed here, if you read the events happening in Nigeria today and close your eyes, you will think it's happening in 1964, 65, 66, until there was a problem. Isn't that true? First, you will notice incoherent elite. Silence of the grave from those who should speak against injustice. For us Igbos, particularly me and a few other Nigerians, we will always stand up and speak against injustice. We may not win all the time. But it is not because you have a voice, but it's because you know those who are keeping quiet today against all the things they are saying against other people will never believe that one day it will be their turn. Ethiopian President Haile Selassie, when he was in trouble, he said, today is Ethiopia, tomorrow it will be another country. It happened. The same thing in all wars and all tragedies. When it was happening in the Northeast, many people didn't know. Many Nigerians didn't know or feel anything about the Civil War because we were very far away from them. Today, they're feeling some pains. So when I want to tell my friend who want me to answer for IPOP, I want you to send this message to them. They are our sons in Igbo land. We can never deny them. All we are trying to tell them is, please, consult your elders. Liaise with them. If you think you are imitating the Yorubas, look at it. Whenever their young men blow up, the old men hold them. And they agree. They agree and talk with the old men. Then they harmonize things. Why is it that all we are talking about is comparing apple and banana? And making our own case worse. Our case is not the worst. There's no section of Nigeria that the youths are not giving trouble. Is it in the north? You know it. Is it in the west? What of South? Our immediate neighbor there. Yes. The youths are there. So why do you think that our own youths should fight us? People in Igbo, that's not our culture at all. It's not our character. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They must liaise with their leaders. They must liaise with the leaders. And follow certain type of advice to reach the same objective. All the goals lead to the same goal. That's what I'm trying to say. Igbos are not looking for to impoverish other parts of Nigeria. by withdrawing their business. In fact, I must congratulate Igbo businessmen all over the country and all over West Africa for wonderful success they have made of difficult situations they have found themselves. What we're asking for them and from them is that please take some part of it to the southeast and develop the area too. Akurulo is the concept we have. So the vulnerability is also economic risk. That's why we want a stable and peaceful Nigeria. So that wherever we are, we'll also see peace and stability. And also we should know that when you are in Rome, you behave like what? There are certain behaviors that are not tolerated. And that is the problem we're having today in Nigeria too, certainly in the southeast. That's why I said there is no man's land in Igbo land. Land is owned. So for those who are making demand on land, the land is owned, including our gods, the deities own some land. Be careful before you challenge the gods over their land. So the point I'm making is that Igbos are doing well throughout Nigeria. They should continue. But the most important thing we are demanding from them right now is the Igbo Stabilization Fund and as the vehicle through Ohanaeze's advice, as well as for them to take part of their projects back. I have seen wonders in Anambra State where some of these things are going on. If you go to Nnewi, you will find out what I'm talking about. If you go to, what do you call it, near Anam, you see agriculture revolution going on. Rice, you know what I mean? It's no longer only Abakaliki rice. You now have Anam rice and Anambra rice competing. In fact, so this is the kind of thing we want. We don't want to. The Igbos are not at war with anybody. We love peaceful coexistence because that's what the businessman wants. Peace and peace and peace. But point of warning, Igbos want peace, but not peace of the graveyard is one-sided. One side dead, the other side is living. Igbos want, indeed, peace that is shared and security that is for every citizen. Full stop. Nothing extraordinary that the Igbos are asking. We're not asking for anything extraordinary. But whatever other good citizens of Nigeria are enjoying.